What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in today. This is going to be podcast number 2 of the Innovative Collective podcast. Today we got some pretty cool guys sitting here with me. I got Charlie.
Don't look, you're judging me, dude.
This is going to be fun. I got
Charlie.
I got Charlie Bentley.
I need a fucking screen right here so I don't have to look at you while you're talking to me.
I got Charlie Collins and Kay Folks. Both of these guys, I want to say dabble, but not the greatest, but they do music.
Hobbyist.
No, they're actually really good.
I don't
Make
like
sure
doing it.
all their socials be in the link and down below, where they'll be tagged or something. I don't even know how to do that, but yeah. So
I just realized kayak on the wall.
Dude, there's...
This is why you don't get your own podcast, Caleb.
Kayak on the wall.
Yeah,
I just want everyone to know there's been 0 drugs taken. So whatever happens,
Speak for your fucking self.
we're mostly sober.
I only do drugs.
Well, okay, never mind.
All right. So with that being said,
All right, get on with the podcast.
So, both of you guys do music. I don't know if that's the right terminology.
Yeah, it's like doing weed. Yeah.
Listen, we're learning here. Okay.
No, dude, I'm just fucking-
But you both create in different genres of music. So if you don't mind telling me a little bit about yourself, what you create, and go to
All
you,
right.
Caleb.
I'll keep this as serious as I can for now. I do music. I'm
talking to the camera or Kendrick?
I don't know.
You're talking to me. We're talking to each other.
He's like staring.
Dude, you ever
You
seen
can look at the camera for
You ever seen Talladega Nights?
Yeah.
Like Ricky Bobby?
That's
That's kind of how I feel.
I don't know what to do with my whole body.
I don't know where to look. Like, I do music. I was feeling real good about the second half. Oh, no, seriously. All right. I do, like, country rock music. Like, Co Wetzel, Parker McCollum kind of smashed together. So, I don't know. It's kind of my own thing that I enjoy doing. And hopefully some of these people who listen to this maybe give it a listen and like it too. But I really want to do some shit with you, even though it's totally off.
I told you I want to write a song for you.
Yeah.
I want to
No, I don't want you to write a
together.
song for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be backgrounds. No,
not background.
Together.
I don't want to be
Together.
on a country song.
It's not going to be like a country
I don't want to
song.
like have my name like.
Dude, we can take all the trucks, all the beer out of it.
Then what's the point?
It doesn't have to be a
What
country
you
song.
wrote a country song, didn't you?
I have
did.
written a country
You
song.
have.
I remember.
Isn't it
It's called-
down in the
it's called
holler?
Muddin' in the Holler.
Muddin' in the holler.
I remember.
I'll play a snippet of it right now.
Yeah.
Me and my boys, we've been mudding in the holler.
Can we
Yeah, we'll listen to that.
Going to the bars, we be paying.
consistent? Like, hey, play Muddin' in the Holler.
Like with
Yeah,
the switcher. Yeah. We're sponsored by Innovative Society, and they don't give us anything.
What about
You are innovative society.
assholes.
No, this is the Innovative Collective.
Oh, okay.
There's a huge difference. Hold on, I'll show you.
Totally different, guys.
The Innovative Collective. Innovative Society.
It got
That's the
me.
difference. But
Change your facial
so like a
expression little
country
bit.
rock, Co Wetzel,
Yeah.
Mary Poppins kind of vibe.
That's spot on.
Say Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
You ever seen the Chimney Sweeper scene where they're singing with the penguins?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's basically what I do.
And what about you, K Folks?
I like to make dope.
Man
That's
of
it.
many words.
Wicked, dude.
My words are in my music, so if you want to hear more,
We've been mudding in the holler.
go listen to K Folks on all platforms.
Shameless plug.
He's just like, my words are in my music. And then he just sits there like this the whole time, dude.
Doesn't say a word for the rest of the fucking hour.
Oh, Lord. Did you already tell us what kind of music you make?
Dope, dude.
Oh,
So, yeah, I make dope shit. So, a couple years ago, I was making like absolute garbage, non-genre, like terrible music, and I kind of developed into like a pop radio type sound, which I'm starting to get away from now. I'm doing more R&B, rap type stuff, and now I'm starting to adapt like a spacey, technological kind of sound, kind of thing with it, I guess. So it's kind of thematically coming together to where I want it to be. So. That's what I've been working on. I have a single dropping February 7th, I don't know when this thing's gonna come out.
It's probably not going to be. I mean, your music will be dropped by the time this podcast.
Okay,
goes out. Yeah.
the podcast coming
Yeah.
May 6th.
This is coming in like 2 weeks. So
Okay, so yeah, the singles is February 7th. So if it's out, go listen to it. If not, then you have that coming, and then EP with a producer friend that I have in LA is coming out February 29th, Leap Day. So.
now you do producing and stuff as well, right?
I don't produce. No, I engineer.
You
So
engineer, okay.
yeah, so with that EP, the producer I met in LA, he produced the entire EP. So it's 5 tracks. He produced all of it and then got his vocals together and everything. Then I added my vocals and then engineered the whole thing.
Okay.
So it was a 2-man whole project.
I feel like producing and engineering, for those who don't know, two
Oh, yeah.
totally different things.
So so producing, it's the beat maker pretty much. People who make all the instrumental behind vocals, everything like that. So what the engineer does is he takes all of the sounds and everything from the producer that's in the instrumental and all the vocals and everything, and makes it sound good. Puts reverb, delay, echoes, stuff like that.
Auto-tune.
He auto-tunes the vocals. I auto-tuned it. Auto-tuned it. And then, it just makes it sound really good, so it's actually listenable when you actually post it on Spotify, stuff like that.
Dude,
Make sure-
not to like backtrack. This auto-tune shit. I've heard this guy sing. One of the best vocalists
Yeah,
I've
no,
ever
he's,
heard.
yeah, he's really, that was
Yeah.
about
Now, me on the other
gassing me
hand,
up.
phenomenal.
Oh,
Dude.
can I cuss?
Yeah, you can cuss. I mean,
To
not
a certain-
preferably. Yeah,
like what?
I'm gonna keep that in there.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Just because
Testing the
I'm
limits.
also gonna. I'm probably gonna be the number 1 viewer on these podcasts. So
Dude.
Don't count me out.
Yeah, bro.
it's just the 3 of us. You ever seen those?
Dude, I got a hell of a fan base. There's at least my mom.
My mom.
That's
My
two
mom.
3 moms.
3 moms.
3 moms.
We're good.
Have,
We're there.
have you ever seen those like TikTok videos where it's like it'll be like, why do you even create? You have nobody that like looks at your stuff, and it like shows their 4 followers, and it's like, yeah, because of these right here. Yeah, buddy, that's us and our mom.
Love you, mom.
They're all accounts that we created.
2 of my
created
alt accounts
my mom's
and 2
account
and
for
my
her.
mom and her alt account.
Yeah.
Well, shoot. So we got a pretty decent history with each other. I mean, Caleb, me and you have known each other.
We dated 3 times, broke up.
That's
No,
news.
it's a good history.
One of my only non-toxic relationships.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Dude, let's talk about that.
I said one up. Okay.
Let's
I've
talk
had
about
2.
toxic relationships.
You and the current one I'm in. Okay.
No, that's a joke.
Um,
but.
My other one was Charlie.
I didn't think it was toxic. He just didn't like to drink as much as I did. Dude, is it weird? I just want to pull on this, but I'm not gonna.
All right, so it's funny how you 2 met each other. I think it's kind of cool story.
It's not a cool story.
It's not a cool story, but
It's
the way
a story.
that you guys met each other, because they already know each other before this podcast, and so me and Charlie, I've
Are
known
you
Caleb
sure?
for a while,
You
but
sure you want to go down this road?
we'll touch it.
Okay.
We'll kind of dabble.
We'll
on
graze it.
But, yeah.
It'll nick us.
Um,
Nick us on the way through.
it'll nick us. Nicks us all the way through the podcast.
That's real close.
That's real close.
Real close.
Damn, bro. Black History Month? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Leave it in.
Demonetized before I even have the option. of
Leave it in.
You can cuss up for 2 minutes on YouTube, buddy, okay?
So, me and Caleb have known each other for a while. Me and Charlie, we got linked up together through
Yeah, dude. Through my drummer.
yeah, through Grayson. And by the way,
Shouts Grayson,
amazing
Yeah, dude.
drummer. Yeah,
Shouts Charlie's band.
yeah,
They're
Charlie.
all cool.
Dude, they are the
We
shit.
just turned the whole podcast into us just like shouting out people.
But like, legit, dude,
really though.
Dude,
Yeah.
shout.
coolest dudes I've ever worked with.
Yeah,
He's
no,
phenomenal.
they're sick.
I didn't say that word. Bleep.
Anyway, me and you got linked up through Grayson.
Yeah.
We did some work together, which led us down a path to a certain place, which in turn led me to being like, oh, this is a great stepping stone, great opportunity, great platform, and brought Caleb into the mix. And the 3 of us, along with a bunch of other people, went and did a show together.
Which set the show up.
I'm trying to think of like a political way to go about.
Yeah, like
saying
there,
this.
we don't need to say a whole
So,
lot
like-
about it because I know for a lot of parties it wasn't the best experience.
Yeah,
However,
like I have no beef with anybody in that company, but that experience, and I feel like I'm glad to have Caleb here to back me up with this.
I have beef. You wanted to graze it, Kendrick.
I just wanted it to nick us.
I would just say that I have beef.
Shoo! I don't even know if I can say that. Can I say that? Like,
Nick us?
I feel like
Yeah.
it's still too
Oh,
late.
it does sound close.
You just got it, my guy. Anyway,
But anyway, so yeah, we did this show, man, and it was a colossal train wreck. And I mean, there's not,
I want to go about this the most
dude,
politically
but like this
correct-
is
the
me.
most politically
This is
way-
me being political. about
Politically
it.
correct way you could say
Yeah,
that.
like it was a colossal.
You got to
train
think
wreck.
this show was a while ago. It was
It was like less.
last,
Memorial Day
It was
weekend.
almost a year ago. It was last March, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that doesn't.
May.
That's not that.
May.
May.
It doesn't.
May.
It feels like yesterday.
It does feel like
feel
it was
recent.
just a month.
Yeah, it was May.
But regardless of how
Yeah.
poorly organized that whole
you talk
ordeal
about
was.
it.
Yeah, this whole ordeal was.
You don't want me to talk about it, then you talk about it.
Cuts to like a scene of the world blowing up. Anyway,
Yeah.
I feel like the three of us had a great time together, along with your band, and Grayson, and
Dude.
Nate, and all the guys that were there that came with you.
We had a ball. We had
Like,
we made
it was
fun of
fun. It was
we
fun.
made fun
Yeah.
of it.
We made the most fun of it that we could.
Looking at the event itself was trash. It was so bad.
And I mean, dude, just the only reason, and I'm not, this isn't like tooting a horn or anything. The only reason that thing came to work was because everybody, nice, dude.
I left mine on the table.
Bro, I thought you were talking
Just
about
go grab it.
beer. I was like,
I don't
no,
wanna
this
interrupt.
is my beer. You
I got another one over here.
I'm about to drink this one and another one.
Informal. This is the second podcast I've heard.
Hold on, yours smells better than mine.
No.
Did you brush your teeth?
No.
I don't know. Maybe that's what it was.
You don't brush your teeth?
Yes, I brushed my teeth.
Hey, it's a good point. You don't brush your teeth.
Why would I need to?
What?
So, all
I
right,
eat the same things every day.
That does not. Okay, let's move on.
digressing
I'm
to
joking,
the point
I'm joking,
about
I'm
this.
Yeah,
He's
so
totally
the
joking.
show. The show.
So, yeah, this Rhode Island show, did we say where it was? We did now.
This show.
This show that we did, I feel like the only reason it was successful ultimately was the people that were there. Like my band, the guys who came up with me. I had guys who filled in on my
Yeah.
band. Like, I've never played with these guys. I played with one of them since then. The other guy I haven't played with since, but not because of that. Just I haven't had a reason to play with them. I usually have like a normal A-list team, if you
Yeah.
will, of guys. And then if one of them can't make it, I'll fill in with whoever I can find. So I had a bass player who rocked, dude. Like
He was
that
cool.
guy,
Yeah, he was cool.
literally killed it. I feel so bad that was his first experience working with me because that is not how my like production of shows go.
Yeah.
But dude, he held in there, and so did all the guys, man. And everybody put in way more work than they were supposed to or needed to make that show happen. And I mean, I think it showed in the show itself, like who was prepared and who wasn't. But it was just very frustrating, dude. Like
Yeah.
that's about all I'm gonna say about it. So
I want to say like I mean I didn't perform.
Yeah.
Obviously, I filmed the whole thing, and I will say that I think like the best time that I had was the drive there and the drive back.
yeah, dude.
Like that was our
Yeah,
drive
driving
back.
a block through the Bronx was so fun.
That was, dude, okay, so we're on our way up there, right? And I don't remember what exactly happened. We got either into it like talking.
So we were
or
on the George
listening to
Washington
music.
Bridge. We were on the bridge, and there's like 4 or 5 lanes.
There's
on
a
the
lot
bridge.
of lanes.
We were on the far right lane, and we shouldn't have been because we needed to just.
I remember
stay
it's
on
like
Route
10,
1 or
10
whatever.
minutes before this happens. He goes, "I've never been to New York City, bro." Like he was looking at it and he's like, "This is wild." Like I've never
never
been
seen
to
it in
New York
person.
City. And like we're driving it like 3 minutes later. 3 minutes later, he's like, "Yeah, this is so crazy, man. Like it's huge. Like I've never been in the city." As I'm taking the wrong turn, I'm like, "Well, you're about to be." He's like,
Yeah.
"What?" And I was like, we're gonna go through the city. And he's like, what? And then like literally 3 seconds after that, it's just like
Home.
the nose traffic, bro. Just like honking, people screaming, cars parked. He's like, five seconds in, he's like, I cannot do this. I hate it here. This sucks. And I was like, well, this is New York.
So we were on the bridge, and I was
Were
looking
you
at the
guys in
map.
the van?
No, we were
No,
in the
we
truck.
were in the truck.
We were in the truck.
Okay.
So I was looking at the map, and it's like, I guess both are exits. One's to New York City, and one's to the route that goes north. And I was like, oh yeah, we're just gonna get off this exit or whatever. And it was the one into the New York City, into the heart of the Bronx.
The Bronx.
Yeah, straight up, just like we just like cruised off the exit into the Bronx, and it was just like,
no, we came out through the Bronx. We went in like almost right into Manhattan.
Is that where we were?
Yeah, we went in and we were like I mean, it was
regardless. It was
practically
like,
Hey.
10 blocks away from Times Square.
it's like,
Dude, the best thing you guys could have done is stayed there.
well, no, it's not.
No, it's not. Dude, he started having a panic
The
attack.
second buildings is the second. Dude, I was.
He hated
What do
it.
you mean?
I can't. So one, as soon as we started getting surrounded by buildings, bro, cars were parked in the middle of the road. People were just like walking, like
we were sitting in a when we got into it, like we came directly into like where cars were parked. Like that's like where our lane took us.
Yeah, but like
Because-
the way you say it is like he makes it sound like these buildings came out of nowhere. Like
that's what it's
surrounded by buildings.
We went from bridge over water to buildings.
Dude,
went
like
from-
Napoleon
we went under.
just came
We
and surrounded
The
you
bridge
guys.
goes. I'm
felt.
pretty sure the bridge like goes under, and you don't see the city for a second. You come back up.
So
No, there's
nobody
two
knows.
layers. There's 2 layers to the bridge.
That's the thing about
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows that like actual like ways in and out of New York City, dude.
You just end up there
You
sometimes.
just
You're just there.
figure it
And
out.
some people stay.
Right? Like,
Well-
even the people in New York City, if you ever ask one of them, hey man, you know how to get from like Newark to downtown, like Times Square? Oh yeah, you're gonna take the metro or the train or whatever.
The A to the B to the M to the
Dude,
W.
they don't even know, dude. Nobody freaking knows how to get to downtown New York City. It is the biggest scam of all time. The Big Apple doesn't exist.
This guy's going off on conspiracy theories already.
But we were not in New York for longer than a block. We literally went, took 4 rights, and we're out. But the whole time I was like, Kendrick, get me out of here.
Try to
He
die.
was, but
I was
when
like, Kendrick,
when we pull in, it's like
Get me
like
out.
immediately
I was like,
because they still had some of like the seating the
COVID.
COVID seating setup, so it was out in the street, so people were parking
A bunch
in the
of
lane.
pansies, dude.
Yeah,
But people, we sat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We
It's
sat at a red
2023,
light.
bro. I was
We
like-
sat at a red light for like 3 rotations because we thought the car in front of us was just sitting there. It was parked.
It was parked.
It was parked in the lane at the red light.
And then I go to go around it, and he's like, what are you doing? What are you? I was like, the car's parked. He's like, what the? What do you mean you parked there?
What a shit show.
If people don't know the area that we're from, it's very spacious and
Spacious.
spacious.
It's extremely rural.
Yeah, it's rural. Yeah, so like we have the second geographically biggest county in the state of Virginia, and there's like 20,000 people in state.
It's great. It's great.
Dude, and this like in New York and like LA and stuff, they have
He
like
saw 20. He saw all of Stanton
we saw
in a car, in one car.
yeah, dude.
Dude, can we talk about that for a second? That like, if you live in the city and you drink a lot, you're like a party animal. You live in the country and you drink a lot, you're an alcoholic. Why does that make sense? Let's talk about that. Because I'm serious. I've thought about this before.
I have.
But like, what sense is that? No, I'm serious. If I lived in New York City and I drank,
Coming from the guy who's been here 20 minutes and had 2 6-packs.
but if I was in the city, I'm a party animal. But here, I have a problem.
There's no one reciprocating the amount you drink, dude.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Here,
Go in the
Nobody's
city,
arguing
there's
with
people
you.
that'll drink with you.
yeah, but not here.
Yeah, we're not arguing.
And now all of a sudden I have an issue? What
I'm
shit
okay.
is that? Mom, don't watch this.
You have an issue, Charlie.
Charlie Collins, everybody.
Give it up.
I am going to get another beer here in a second, though.
Grab
Totally
me one.
unrelated.
There's no more of these left.
Damn, dude.
Sorry.
I got some.
There's Trulies.
And there's. I think there's like mix in there or something. I don't know.
I'll find
I don't drink beer, so there's a bunch of stuff.
Perfect.
We'll figure it out. How'd you get those screensavers?
It's just Apple.
Oh, of course it is.
Yeah. But
So yeah. Anyway, long story short.
the show ended up.
Yeah, it happened.
It happened, yeah, and it ended up not being
Water under the
that
bridge
bad.
at
You
this
live
point.
and learn, yeah.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
I think ultimately, everybody put on a pretty decent show when it came down to crunch time.
I mean, I
Yeah,
think we all
the,
gained something out
the
of it,
crowd that was
nonetheless.
there, it ended up being a decent crowd.
Yeah,
I
dude.
enjoyed it.
I mean, in hindsight, like most everybody there that
Everyone
played that
was walking
show.
out when I went up, dude. Everyone was leaving. They were like, "Okay, it's over."
Dude, I feel
was
like-
"Hello, I'm dead." Everyone's like folding their chairs up and like, "All right, honey, the car's this way." And just like walking out. I'm like, "Hello, everyone. My name's Ken Folks, and today." And everyone else is sitting over in the tent like, "God, I wish the show was over so we could leave." Wasn't
Wasn't it like blistering hot?
It was setting up.
setting? The day
Yeah,
before was way
dude.
hotter than the performing day.
Dude, it was brutal. Absolutely brutal.
It was
man.
like what, 80 degrees in the
No,
middle
it
of
was hotter than
steam?
that.
It was hotter than.
It was hotter than 80?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
92 or 93, and we were in the baking sun, dude. Not a freaking tree.
There was not
in
no
sight.
shade. There was
No.
no shade. Yeah,
No.
not at all.
No, and we get there and like the stage needs to be put together. All the fucking audio lines need to be run. Dude, if I'm not allowed to say the F word, you're really gonna have to like bleep some crap out.
Now, time a word from our sponsor, Innovative Society. We're running a promo, 50% off this month. Actually, now that it's February this month, because it's my birthday month, I want to give back.
Our birthday month.
It was actually all Caleb's idea to let Innovative Society run a 50% off promo for his birthday month.
Make him run 50% off. That was his way of cutting me off.
Wait, is that a real promo?
Yeah,
That was a real ad.
Every booking that I get during February is 50% off, unless it's.
But this podcast isn't even gonna come out till May, dude.
But the first one's coming out next weekend, so, and it's already running on the website. So, yeah.
Alright, so if you're listening,
You're
too
late.
bad, so sad. You missed out, dude.
Charlie, you need some water, bro. No, this is gonna come out like on the 10th.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
Okay, listen to my single. It's out as of
Lord
3
have
weeks ago.
mercy.
Shameless plug.
So,
Yeah.
gosh, I'm sweating.
I can't let
like a
people
mother,
forget, bro, because they're gonna watch the first 5 minutes of the podcast and then be like,
Dude.
"Oh yeah, I'll go listen to that song," and then
I
they'll
feel
listen
like-
to an hour of podcast and they'll never remember.
Used to kiss in the back when your dad couldn't see us. It was so seamless. Niggas used to really wanna be us. Carpe diem. I see.
So like,
So like, go listen to this.
okay, putting us back onto A-Track. I got kind of a question for him. Like, I have a lot of friends who are artists and stuff. Like, they put out music. Like, sometimes your friends put out some crappy music,
Mud in the house.
and you feel bad because you're not pushing it.
I was gonna bring this up.
But like, I feel like the only person who I'm friends with that's a musician that I push music is you.
Really?
I mean, you.
How'd you look at the camera? He was like, "Hey everyone, look at this! He's doing it! He's doing the thing!"
We build bridges!
It's like the 21 Jump Street high five. Sweat coming off her hands.
Dude, I don't even know if I can consider this episode a podcast anymore. I think it's just gonna be a funny video.
No, dude, I think this is a solid podcast. There's gonna be a lot.
But yeah, so that's one
Minus
of
the
the things.
gay
So I
part.
touched on that. I touched on that when I was
Yeah.
talking to my business
That might be
partner,
too far.
and I put it out because like this podcast, where this is gonna go is this thing that we're creating called the Innovative Collective. It's a collective of people who are creative. It doesn't matter what you create. Is that funny to you?
I feel like you just described exactly what you said. It's called the Innovative Collective. It's people who are innovative.
I said creative.
I said collective. I don't know. It's
I
just
said
sounding-
creative. It's a collective of creatives.
Sure, dude.
So what does Innovative Collective do that's different from Innovative Society?
So Innovative Society is the brand, right? Innovative Society is the one who sells services
Okay.
that we offer services. So everything that we offer from photo, video, web design, graphic design, we've got a voiceover guy on the team who does like script writing and.
Oh yeah, I saw your
voiceovers.
website. That's dope.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I'd like one.
So the Innovative Collective is this group that I'm starting. We're partnering with another company called Valley Media. That's great. Thank you for trying to pay attention in class. I appreciate it.
Valley Media. I'm
Yeah,
listening.
so Valley Media, and what we're doing is, like, what I have run into a lot. And are you okay? Do we need to pause?
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm just like slap happy.
I can
Like,
tell.
you ever hung out with like a group of friends and you just
He hasn't seen Friends in a minute. I'm guessing.
dude, I haven't.
How about the show?
No, dude, I haven't done anything with like where there's no pressure
Yeah,
in forever.
I get that. Yeah,
And like we're literally, I know we're doing a podcast, but like
there isn't any pressure at all.
no, we're having like garage beers. Like we're just hanging out.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
And it's just like, dang,
Like
dude.
literally in a garage.
I'm
No,
sweating
what?
my ass all over here.
Yeah, dude, turn that AC on, bro.
Toasty.
So, anyway.
Y'all are about to hear a hum, but you're gonna have to deal with it, cause
We'll edit it out.
All right, so the collective, right? What is
I
the
can't,
difference?
I don't know if you can.
I can't.
The difference between the collective and Innovative Society is it is a group of people. And what I ran into, what I've continued to run into is that when I started video, when I started photo, I didn't really have mentors at all.
Yeah.
Like it was YouTube. I went to film school. That was an awful experience. I dropped out of film school. And basically everything that I've learned has been online from either YouTube or like I enrolled in full-time filmmaker, which like is basically like a $500 course.
Can you pause for a second?
Yeah.
Can I just say how like there's so much shit online,
Yeah, dude, I was thinking
and
the same
people
thing.
still go to school for stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
You
yeah.
can learn any
I learned
any
everything,
skill, any
everything
trade
that I know
you, yeah,
online.
any trade
And then-
that you want to learn.
and also
is online.
like faking it, like
That
getting
too.
booked for stuff that I had no idea how to do it.
Yeah.
and just
figure it out.
figuring
Exactly.
it out. Yeah. So,
Dude, how some jobs are too.
So can we like turn the tables for a second on you, like going to film? I didn't even know you went to film school at all. How was that?
I went
like
to
what?
Los Angeles Film School.
Like how long? Like one semester?
3 years.
You went for how many years?
3 years. Well, 3.5 years. I had 6 months left, and I dropped out.
All right, so like
is that like film school that art school that does like music programs too?
They do, yeah.
I think that's the school I was thinking about going to, but I was like,
But it was all online. I started when I was deployed.
Yeah.
I started on when I was
So like, what's the difference between that and YouTube? And I mean that not such a like.
the lectures. Like the lectures were interactive.
But did you, as far as gaining knowledge?
To answer your question, Innovative Society, the Innovative Collective, like what I was saying, what I kept running into was that I had no mentorship. Right. So everything that I learned was online. I didn't have any really hands-on training except for figuring it out myself. And what we're trying to change is this area, Augusta County itself, is super cutthroat when it comes to creatives, and it's so weird because it's a small town.
Yeah,
But like,
it's very small.
and the level of ego that you run into is ridiculous for
Cut
small
third
town.
which way.
I like what I was saying, like the ego. It's just like I've ran into a lot of other people, and like there's other people that have had the same experience where you go to a place to ask for help, or try and shadow somebody, or try to learn something from somebody, from another creative, and it's almost like the competition is too important to be able to help.
Oh.
Right.
I guess yeah.
And
So
so,
my biggest issue with this area. Hold on, sorry, I keep interrupting you.
You're good, you're good.
My biggest issue with this area is that like I feel like no one wants to support a local artist,
yeah, and that's what like that is a huge issue.
and that's a problem, dude.
And so
if the people from the place you want to represent's not even behind you, then like
well, and that's what
Who
we're trying to
is?
change with the collective. It's a place that like the generation below us can come into, and also other creatives can come into, and I think it's going to be a whole lot beneficial for more than just like the film and photo industry.
Yeah.
Because like I run into things all the time where like I need a second shooter for something, and it's either I pay absolute premium prices for it, even if it's a project that I'm making no money off of, even if it's just something that I want to do for fun, or like people just don't want to help. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
dude.
and I'm always willing to help. If somebody asks me to second shoot on a project for them, if they want to create something fun, personal, whatever, like I'm so willing to jump on it and help. And that's what I'm trying to create. Same with like the voiceover actor that's a part of our thing, with some of the musicians that we're bringing into it, to be able to like say you want to be a part of the collective, you come in. Well, now you have this whole group of people that are willing to create music videos and stuff for you for fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and and then also like I can use that as a point to teach other people. You know what I mean? To teach other videographers how to shoot a music video. But it just that's practically what the collective's about.
Dude, and I feel like
That's dope.
like you reference Augusta County and like you're talking about like this specific area, but like
I feel like it's common.
yeah, what you're doing is so much more like vast than just this area
Yeah,
of Virginia.
I wanted to reach the whole East Coast.
Yeah, why not?
Like,
You
that's
know,
the goal.
and there's so like you gotta keep in mind there's only a handful of cities when you think from here north, like Philly, Boston, New
Baltimore.
York,
Yeah.
Baltimore kind of sucks though.
All right, let's not bring up Baltimore right now. I'm still hurting over that loss last week.
Well,
Oh yeah, y'all got duped.
probably because y'all
I'm sad the
killed.
Lions lost. I'm sad the Lions lost more than the
Dude,
Raiders.
the ADHD in this room is killing me. It is so bad.
No one's gonna be able to keep
What
up
was
with
your
this shit.
question about films?
So,
you
all
said
right.
you didn't know I
So-
went to film school.
I'll get 30 seconds. I'll get to that question.
Okay.
So my point is your point with what you're doing with this is so much more vast than just Augusta County. Like, you know, including people from all up and down the East Coast, dude, the whole country, wherever it takes you, right? But it's so common. It's such a common problem to run into when you're in a really rural area and you're trying to put out a quality of product that's so superior to what everyone else is doing from home, right? Because that's the big thing now is everybody can do everything from home. But to actually get the quality that you're trying to meet and
Yeah.
do it from home, it takes way more than you think it will.
Well, like, and my thing is, like, I'm in several of those like Facebook groups, and you guys know what I'm
everybody
talking
is,
about.
yeah.
Where it's like, like for me, it's filmmaking groups or
I'm in the same groups for
photography
music,
groups
dude.
where
Yeah.
like you can post your stuff, but the reality of me ever meeting any of those people is so slim to none, and like actually lining up, being able to meet them and like work with them or do whatever. The reason that I talk about the small, like the Augusta County, this area, is because that's where I want to start. I want to
Yeah,
get it
absolutely.
to where it's close knit, where like, Joe Schmo from 10 blocks away has a place he can come and create, and learn, and I can learn from them, and
absolutely.
whoever's a part of it can. You know what I mean? So that's why I talk about like kind of like this, not the small town, but Augusta County, starting in this area and moving it from there, is because like I don't want it just to be a Facebook group where people
Right.
like I want people to actually, if it spreads across the country, that'd be absolutely phenomenal. But I want it to be spread in a way that like, you legitimately know the other people in your area that's a part of that group. You know?
But dude, to be fair, like don't count out spreading way further past your like in a faster time manner than you think. Like I play most everywhere but home. I mean, I play Cleveland, Connecticut, Pennsylvania. We're trying to get in the South Carolina, North Carolina area this year. Like I play at home like once or twice a year.
Yeah.
Like I play so many other places, and like you're my go-to guy for that.
Yeah.
So to say that there's not two more artists out there in the Northern Virginia, relative area that are doing similar things, that would be like, oh crap, this guy's got high quality stuff. Like that's what I want. To say that what your theory is, like what you're trying to do, doesn't apply to all over the East Coast right now, I think is false.
Well,
Like,
ultimately, at the end of the day, what I'm trying to do is take the power away from the big corporations.
100%.
Take the
dude.
power away from the big institutions.
Yeah.
And keep it to take it back down to the level of community, wherever that community is. You know what I mean?
That's
It's like
good.
there's no reason at all that, just for example, this brewery down the street should be hiring a production company to shoot their content, or hiring a huge multi-million-dollar marketing company to find them talent and find them videographers and do all this, when legitimately 5 doors down they could talk to me. I
Yeah.
could find them a list of 10 artists to put on a festival there.
Dude, you
know
did. You got me linked up with them.
But that's what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
Is like there's no reason that
Absolutely.
other places shouldn't
100%.
be doing that. Like you don't. I don't know. It doesn't sit right with me, so I'm trying to change. And that's what this whole thing is about.
So that kind of reminds me of TikTok just recently, or their license with UMG expired. Did you see that?
No.
All of UMG's art, so Universal Music Group is like one of the biggest labels on the planet. They
Okay.
own other labels,
Okay.
like big artists. I'm talking like Taylor Swift, Drake, people like that. Their contract with TikTok expired. So they took all of their artist music off of TikTok. So there's no mainstream stuff on TikTok right now. All the music, all the sounds are getting muted and stuff. So like,
wild.
I mean, there's other labels on TikTok still, but
Yeah.
like in the big scheme of things, like that's gonna be massive for little independent artists like us and like.
I know there's a lot about
mid
TikTok
tier,
that's
like
changing.
middle tier.
Dude, TikTok though has been tough. Like
TikTok's rough. It's
it's gotten worse, man. Like
Yeah,
it's harder,
100%.
man. I've had videos that have gone viral. I have videos that have hit 40,000 streams, and now I have videos that like
I can't break 200.
dude.
That's a
it's-
jail. That's a whole algorithm thing.
It's a
That's a
whole-
whole thing that we can get into, but that's one of the trainings.
But that's what I've been talking about
Yes.
is like I don't think because everybody's in the same boat right now. Like everyone's like, oh, I'm shadow banned on TikTok.
Yeah,
Like
you get put in that 200.
I don't think you are.
Huge
I
jail.
think TikTok has cracked down. I think they have so many people.
Well, I don't even think it's that. I think it's because now that they have their own, like promotion, like you can pay for like,
That's
ads and
that's
stuff.
what I was gonna say.
It's
yeah.
a paywall.
Yep, you have so many people who are paying
Exactly.
to have their ads put up there. They are shutting down everybody
Just
who's
regular people.
not gonna pay.
Yeah.
Versus
That's wild.
Instagram Reels right now, dude. Instagram
Pop-up.
Reels. I don't know if I'd say it's it's blowing up, but it's way more prevalent than it is on TikTok.
It's way more
right now.
organic.
Yeah, and it's
way
way
more
more natural for artists who aren't paying for that because 99.9% of people out there who are trying to grow as an artist, whether you're a musician or photography, videography, whatever, they can't afford to pay X amount of dollars a day to promote their stuff.
Per week too.
Yeah, and then also you have to make sure that you're getting that quality content to promote. Like the dollar
already-
signs add up.
Yeah,
does.
dude, you already pay
adds
for
up
like
quick.
a good videographer because musicians like us don't. We don't like. I'm not.
That
buying
one was
a
on
camera.
you. You said the F word that time. I'm gonna
I
go get
cuss too, bro.
I'm gonna get a drink real quick.
All right, but yeah, musicians
these
like us don't like. We're not.
Grab,
I'm not
grab
buying
me one of
one
those sours.
Find
But
me
yeah,
something. A
no,
truly.
but-
I guess a truly. It's in the back of the top shelf.
But no, I agree with you, and it's like it's wild how much money runs everything, and it's taking over the creative space.
It's taking over the planet.
Well, it is, but it always has.
Yeah, but the
But-
creative space.
But like
More
it's
important,
taking
yeah.
like even to think of an idea that you want to create almost costs you money to think about it. You know what I mean? So like that's the whole goal behind the innovative collective is just to bring any sort of creative, regardless of what you do, into a space. And like we talked about it on the last podcast about how like we want to create that platform. You know what I mean? We want to try and create that platform, and if we can start here, I think it'll do nothing but grow. And
I agree with you. I think
But-
it's really good what you're doing for the whole like artist space.
I wanted to move in from talking about this to what Charlie was going to ask me about, but Charlie is not here.
He's coming. I hear him.
Not here. Hey, Charlie, it's your time to shine, buddy. Don't say that. No, I wanted to lead into the segue of.
We're into our singing segment of the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
And Charlie's the only
Acapella.
one doing it today.
Um,
And the cat also took your seat. Your seat.
but the
Oh, that's a
the question,
big ass truly.
the question that you asked me.
Let's go.
The question that you asked me. Also, yes, all of us are 21. Let me just.
I'm 12.
I am 12.
That's worse.
Anyway, the question you were asking me about film school.
Yeah.
I don't know what the question was.
So my question was like, how much? And I feel like this is a really like applicable question
I
to
think it's-
everybody listening.
Yeah. I kind of want to ask it for you.
Yeah. Like YouTube is such a like frowned upon thing sometimes, but I feel like in this specific like culture between
day
like
and
arts, yeah, like you learn so much more from YouTube than potentially going to school for things.
Yep.
Now I'm not saying that at certain places and certain levels, like school obviously has colleges have a top, tier like education that they provide, but there's a lot of schools out there that advertise, oh, we're a music arts school, or oh, we're a film school, or whatever, and you spend 2 years and you're like, what have I learned here,
Yep.
right? And I'm kind of curious. I didn't know you went to film school for 3 years, so I'm kind of curious what your perspective is on what you've learned from not just YouTube, but anywhere around you versus film school.
So I will tell you, hands down, with my experience.
That was the loudest
Oh,
truck, by the way, that just went by.
Yeah. But with my experience, I will tell you 1,000% that I will hire somebody with experience over a degree.
Yeah.
easily.
That's crazy.
Yeah, just and not even
not
experience,
crazy.
but real like just
I think it's
life,
realistic.
life experience.
It
in
seems
general,
crazy.
like
It
because-
sounds crazy from a like entrepreneur standpoint, but
Yeah.
like
Well, like-
realistically, you want someone with
Yeah,
you
and
just
I mean,
want someone with maturity and life experience. to a
Ultimately,
degree.
Yeah.
the reason that I dropped out of school with 6 months left before I graduated was the fact that I was already doing what I loved. I was already making money doing what I loved.
Yeah.
And I was falling behind in school because I was doing what I loved so much that was not like doing my courses and stuff like that wasn't a priority. And it wasn't that I felt like I had learned everything, but I was getting more practical knowledge on what I needed to know by doing it and just figuring it out and putting my hands on the camera and through YouTube. Like the stuff that I was getting from YouTube, any specific question that I would have if it came from filming, taking photos, editing, anything like that, I could look up that specific question and find hours worth
Hundreds
of
of videos
footage from somebody and multiple different options on people explaining it the way that I learned best.
Yeah.
Compared to, I've got to sit in this lecture for an hour and a half and not really have the capability of asking questions. And then when I do have questions, it's through an email and it takes 3 days to respond. By the time that I need that question answered, the assignment's already done.
Yeah.
And so with going to film, and like I said, film school is all online.
Yeah.
But my grades were slipping because I was working so much in the field that I already wanted to be in. And at that point in time, I was just like, the practical knowledge and the hands-on stuff that I was doing was way more valuable to me.
Right.
than school.
That's what I think it was. Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask next. Was like, do you think you learned anything in school that you couldn't have learned on YouTube?
I passed, not just passed, aced every test that I took, and didn't take the classes. If that makes sense. Everything that was on the test was stuff that I already knew.
Yeah, from doing experience.
To an extent. But yeah, I think that there was nothing that, unless there's more in that 6 months that I had left that I didn't go through.
I can't imagine the last 6 months was like, man, you missed everything.
Well, that's when you get to that's the last
world
6
where I wanna
months.
imagine
The last
it.
6 months of that course is more so like the extremely intense Hollywood
Yeah.
sort of directing tag, all that sort of stuff, which I didn't go through.
But also, how many people are going to be directing in Hollywood?
Yeah, that's
In that class, I would venture to say 0.
I have no idea.
I mean, there's probably a good
But
1%.
the
An
thing is,
online class to be like, dude, you're going to be
crazy-
directing Hollywood.
but the craziest thing
That's
is,
Spielberg, dude.
but the thing is, right, with most of every opportunity that I've gotten to, with some of the clients that I have, some of the big names that I do work with, none of them even know about my association with the school.
With college,
right?
yeah.
And that's one of the reasons that I even started going to school was because of the way that they advertise.
Yeah, dude.
Here's our
People are
students
gonna
that
love
have
it.
gone off to go work
Yeah,
with
build a
these
resume.
companies. Yeah, and I'm sitting here thinking, all of my big name clients, I have no idea that.
Dude, I mean, obviously, I don't think either one of us are a big name client, but I didn't even care. It wasn't even a thought in my head when I.
Yeah, I mean, I knew, but so videography is one of those things where you can just look at someone's work and be like,
That's exactly what I
damn,
did.
I want to work with him. But
Yeah.
other things like an electrical engineer, okay,
surgeon.
kind of
Yeah,
okay,
unless
you
you're in
kinda
that
have to have-
business.
you can't look at people's work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's nothing that validates whether or not they're good at their job.
But I feel like that.
videography,
Well, that's
everything
how it is
you do
with
validates.
anything in the creative space.
And that's what I was gonna say. It brings up
Anything
a
in the
good
creative
point.
space.
Anything in the
Anything
creative
creative,
arts,
yeah.
dude. If it's something you're doing, right? If you're an electrician and you worked construction for X amount of years, and you're gonna hire an electrician, sure. If you want to look at their work, whatever that means, I'm sure you could do that and be like, oh yeah, this guy does good work. But if you're not an electrician, yeah, you're gonna hire someone based off of their credits, right?
Exactly.
Same thing in
And
music.
you're probably not going to hunt down their work to figure out
Yep.
whether or not they are.
Yeah, and
qualified
if you are just getting into music, you gotta trust your gut. I feel more than look at credits.
Yeah.
Credits sometimes equivalent to dollar signs, but they don't equivalent to like quality. So like you're better off as a new artist or somebody who just wants to try it than just looking at something and say, hey, you know what, I like this, and go with that. Versus saying, oh, this guy has X amount of years at some school or whatever. It's like, sure, he may be fine, but he's going to cost you an arm and a leg. Versus this guy's better,
Right.
but is way cheaper.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's probably the way to go, man. Use your gut in the creative arts if it's something you're getting into versus,
And that's why I learned how to engineer too. So like in music, a lot of people are vocalists or producers or whatever, and then they send their music to an engineer to get it done because not a lot of it's a hard fucking task to learn.
It is.
And it took me 4.5, 5 years to even get. I think I'm somewhat decent now, and like I learned how to do that because I didn't like sending my shit to other people and then just trusting, and then just like and then I would never get a product that I was 100% like, yes, I love this. You know what I mean? I was never 100% like in love with the work I did just because of the engineering job of it. Like the recording was pretty decent back then and everything else, but like I don't know. It never validated what I did.
I kind of understand that when it comes to the video side of things because, like, dude, I've learned the in and out of how to edit on 3 different softwares between Adobe, Final Cut, and now DaVinci, and used just about every brand except for Hasselblad cameras because they're stupid expensive.
You're totally laughing about something that I don't
know about.
anything about.
It's fine. And
I'm ignorant.
But the reason that I learned how to do that stuff is because I don't want to be the type of creator who, if a client does come to me and be like, hey, I saw this, can you do it? I have to say no. You know what I mean? I want to be able to do that for any client, any friend, anybody.
You want people to be able to put their trust in you.
Yeah, and I want to be able to create, like, I don't want to be a videographer who just does weddings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and there's nothing wrong with doing weddings. I hate doing weddings myself, but
well, that's because you also don't do them.
I don't do them very often. I've got 3 already booked this year.
That's not a lot.
That's not a lot, but for January, having 3 weddings, I had
in
0
January?
last year.
Who's getting married in
already
January?
having 3 booked in January.
Oh, dude, I was going to say, January in Virginia, that's the coldest, rainiest wedding ever.
I've got one next weekend in Georgia. But regardless, I want to
imagine the bride walking down the aisle like
just like me with the camera. You just hear teeth chattering the whole time. But
all groomsmen have snowshoes on.
It's my birthday, and because it's my birthday,
they ride off in a snowmobile at the end.
Snow dogs.
Dude, so like, not to totally digress.
We probably should though.
We should. All right, sure. I went duck hunting the other day. And I said the other day. It was a couple months ago now. It's opening day in Maryland.
Yeah.
There's like no snow on the ground. It's like 50 degrees, right? And we're on our way out of the duck.
What month is this?
Duck blind. Shit, dude. November.
Oh, yep.
So there's like, if you're not familiar with Virginia's weather, there's no snow in Virginia in November. It comes in like January, February, and sometimes March. Yeah. So we're on our way out of the duck blind, or out of the boat launch from where we put in to go to the duck blind. We're leaving, dude, and we cross the Sino Canal, which is like a big bike trail. There's a guy with sled dogs. I mean, a full team, dude, of sled dogs.
It's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and
what was
with no snow on the ground.
And company.
No, dude, no snow.
No snow. Okay. I'm just
so like, at first take, we like pass him. We're like, oh, okay, there's a guy with some dogs, and then you take another look, and you're like, no, that's a guy with a full team of sled dogs.
Please tell me you talked to this guy.
I absolutely did not talk to this guy.
Why, bro?
What a loser!
No, bro.
If you want sled dogs, you think the state to move to is Maryland?
Yes, sir.
Idiot.
And this is why I'm starting
the Innovative Collective. So the Innovative Collective is a non-judgmental group.
No, dude. If you somehow see this, I just want you to know you are the dumbest guy I've ever seen. Sled dogs in Maryland? When we got 3 inches of snow, that guy must have been losing his mind. He was probably sitting there, all these people made fun of me for so many years, and now who can get to Walmart?
Dogs are 40 years old. They've just been waiting on this opportunity.
Dude, I can't imagine what this guy's house smelled like, dude. Just dogs
And
everywhere.
to be completely honest, I'm sitting here trying to think of ways to play devil's advocate with
They
this
smell it.
situation.
There's no way.
And I can't think of a single situation where it's like, well, maybe.
No, dude.
Well, maybe.
If you lived in New York, and I don't know, I hope someone from New York listens to this and can tell me, hey, in New York, we have sled dogs out the ass.
If you own sled dogs, please comment.
Yeah.
And tell me.
No,
tell us the
if you
reasoning.
know somebody who has ever used sled dogs,
If
comment.
you are a sled dog,
I need to know because I saw this guy and honestly, I haven't stopped thinking about it since. So I don't know.
I can tell that was back in November.
it's written for your mind.
Dude, I don't know where. Yeah, it is.
That's probably why I did it.
Maybe we should digress. Thank you for telling the story.
He didn't even use the dogs. He just put them out there to get in my head. Successful,
Do you think
sir.
he names them?
I don't know.
I just have 9
They're just
identical
numbers,
dogs.
bro. They're just numbers.
Okay, so dude,
One,
if it was
two,
me, I would name him the reindeer from
Yeah, I
saying,
think that's
Rudolph.
Dasher
yeah,
and Dancer. Yeah,
Yeah, I think
Donner
that-
and Vixen.
Yeah.
honestly, because that'd be the easiest way to remember them.
Yeah.
I don't know all the reindeer.
I would just number them.
And
then that way, whichever one's in the front.
And Rudolph, dude, that's the 3 I know.
Blitzen.
I know Vixen.
Comet.
You can't just
Cupid.
make up reindeer, dude.
No, that's it.
No, dude.
One of their names is John, I swear to God.
John Wick.
Yeah.
John and Bob and David and Bill.
Jaquavon.
I don't even know.
Said what?
I don't know where the sled dog thing came from, but as soon as somebody said sled dogs, it just rang a massive bell in my head.
I don't think anyone says
I don't
sled
think
dog.
anyone said sled dog.
If you are a sled dog,
Snow dog.
That's empty too. And now I'm drinking a crappy Michelob, dude.
Oh man. Is
Can
it
we
at least
blur?
cold?
Can we blur this can out?
No, I'm not trying to get monetized by this podcast by any means.
Well, I don't condone drinking this. We can continue.
Okay.
I don't condone drinking. Not even water.
I do.
But
Don't drink water.
Yeah, don't do that. That's
Don't
dumb.
drink.
Alcohol. Drink alcohol. Don't drink water.
no.
No.
Unless if you're under 18, don't drink alcohol.
Don't drink.
21.
Well,
21.
If you can serve our country, you should be able to drink a beer.
18 to 21, just hide it real well. If you're
Let's
under
talk
18,
about
don't
it.
do it at all.
Yeah,
let's talk about
That's
it.
a good topic.
Yeah, let's
dude.
talk
If you
about
can
it.
serve the country, I think you should be able to drink a beer.
And that's all we got to talk about.
And that's the end of this.
That's the end of that.
If you are going to high school, you should be able to drink a beer.
Yeah.
Well,
This is complete. This whole podcast is completely different from the last one.
Is it
So
really?
people are going to be so confused.
I'm so sorry.
They're going to watch the second one and be like,
this is the last
I
time.
love it. I'm
Nobody
like,
watched the first
damn
one.
it.
I'll never.
It's not out yet.
The
I'll
first
never
one
be
hasn't. I
invited
had to
back.
I have to re-edit the whole thing. Just the worst idea I've had
Yeah,
all week.
You're having a blast.
dude.
I'm having.
So like, I've been on other podcasts and I've had to like monitor myself so hard. They're like, "Do you want to drink?" I'm like, "No."
What?
Dude, I wanted to drink so bad, but
Dude, you remember?
I knew.
Where was it that we went when Nate drank?
Had to been Rhode Island,
Was
We
it
went to
Rhode
that
Island?
bar.
Was
We
it
went
the
to that
bar?
bar
was the bar
that
in
night we
Rhode
watched
Island?
the Celtics
which was
game.
the best part of that whole trip.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
fun.
and the Celtics won.
And they
right?
paid for my food.
Didn't the Celtics win?
I'm
I'm not a basketball fan. I
Dude,
I think no, they did win. They did
think
win
they
because the
won.
bar was going crazy, dude.
yeah, it was insane.
it was
like
a close
last
game,
minute
but
thing.
I don't remember who won.
So Rhode
because I
Island
didn't
is
care.
basically Boston. If for anyone who doesn't know, it's like what 45 minutes south of Boston.
Yeah.
So
I just
like,
can't get over
everyone
the. I wanted to drink so bad.
But I didn't
We know.
because
Shame on
this
you.
would have happened, and I don't know those other guys like I know you or I know you. So this is way more easygoing, and I feel
In
like
about 5 minutes, Charlie's gonna be like, "I'm taking over the podcast."
So this is my podcast.
You are a sled dog.
Oh man, no, that bar was fun.
thank you guys for tuning in to the second podcast of the Innovative Collective. This podcast was a really long one. It was about 2 hours long. So that what you just listened to or watched is the first episode. Part 2 will be coming out either midweek this week or next week. So stay tuned for that. Appreciate it. Hopefully I can get it out midweek for you guys, and then we have 3 podcasts to listen to in a week from us. So appreciate all the support, all the comments, all the likes, all the subscribers. Thank you guys so much. Next podcast, got some pretty cool stuff coming for you guys. So hopefully you're interested. Not the part 2, but the next podcast after that. And we'll see you guys later. So appreciate it. Peace.
Don't swim.